If you're a heating and air machine technician or even a salesperson, why should you not overpromise in the sales process? And why is this super important? This is a fantastic question. I'm Sylvan Bell, coming to you live for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. So here's the thing. When I manage salespeople and when I was a corporate trainer, one of the worst problems that I would have to deal with was when a salesperson went out to a call and made promises they couldn't keep just to close the deal. Now, here's the thing. Sales is all about trust and doing the right thing for your client. Like, that is the underpinning of everything that you do. That's the underpinning of making sure that things get taken care of. And the general rule is don't make things up. And this becomes an ethos or a belief that you really want to live by, because once you start going down the path of saying and doing whatever it takes to close a sale, it's really hard to walk away from that because you're getting the dopamine rush of closing a deal. And I've seen a few people, I'm not saying a ton, but I've seen a few salespeople who started off on the good side of the tracks. And then they decided, like, you know what? It's really easy to make money by making stuff up and overpromising. Now, here's the problem. At some point, you get caught. And it's probably on the worst day. It's probably on the worst week. It's probably on the worst month. And your buyer, your client, the person that you have built this trust with, gets very disappointed. And there's like a multiplier. There's a force multiplier when you do things wrong and you make stuff up to close a deal, right? Because there's all the emotions that go along with it. Like, I feel like I've been betrayed. I feel like you've lied to me. I feel like you've hurt our relationship. And at the end of the day, when you go down this path and you say, hey, I'm going to make everything up that I can to close a deal, it destroys your ability to move forward and provide value into the future because it's held against you. And this is why you should join my email list. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. At the end of the day, you do have a role and responsibility to do the right thing for your client. Salespeople get this, like, hey, the guy just came out to sell me something, or the guy just met with me to sell me something, or the woman just wanted to take my money. All they cared about was their commission. And what people are looking for is to prove that thought process right. And it only takes a little bit to screw up here. Have I screwed up in the sales process? Abso-freaking-lutely, right? Please understand, I am not preaching and pointing fingers at you. I'm pointing all the fingers back at me. I'm just giving you a roadmap. I've seen a lot of mistakes. I was talking to a private client today outside of most industries that I teach in, and their salesperson really overpromised and caused a lot of problems with a big distributor. And they were saying, Scott, how do we fix this? And what do we do? And there's really, like, in my mind, and the only way that I've learned to deal with this from my mentors and some really smart people is fess up to it as soon as possible. Explain what's been done. In some cases, legal is going to have to get involved. I'm not an attorney. I want to give you a legal claim. I'm not an attorney. But I have always found, like, when there's a problem and you created it, the sooner that you say, there's a problem and we created it, and you say that to the buyer, to your client, to a homeowner, whoever you work with, and get it on the table and raise your hand and say, we screwed up. We screwed up. Like, that force multiplier gets reduced by like half, right? Like, so, like, please, as you go through your sales process, you go through your career, making stuff up to make a sale is not the right thing. And once again, I'm not preaching. I ran into this today, and I wanted to give you a heads up that this happens more than you would imagine. Salesperson's on the ropes. They got to close some deals. They go overboard. They overcompensate. And yeah, I'll say anything and do anything to close a deal and make a sale. And at the end of the day, it's not just the company's reputation that's online. It's also your reputation in the digital marketplace, where anybody and everybody could look you up and write something. And a lot of companies, a lot of industries have professional licenses, then this can work against you. So realize, from the bottom of my heart, please do the right thing for your buyer, right? Do care. Make sure to do the right thing for your buyer. That is a form of preeminence. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one other thing. Find the subscribe button. Click on it. Every time I send a video, you'll get an update. Hit follow if this is social media. Or what would be really cool is if you tag or share this with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.